Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 13 of our commentary for The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. Last time we rescued Makar from the Forbidden Woods and got the second pearl, the Furor's Pearl. And in this part we're going to be doing some cleanup here on Forest Haven and heading out towards our next destination. And by cleanup, well, just stay tuned.
Why would you interrupt his little song?
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be 27 minutes of just pure boredom. Ugh. Yeah, not beating around the bush here. Pretty much everything that happens in this episode, apart from sailing to the destination, is side content. And, you know, I went in, I had good intentions, I wanted to show off, like, why I love this game, and, like, the structure of the game, and all of the fun little extras you can do. The problem is, there's a difference between experiencing that for yourself while playing, and watching somebody else play it. And that is a harsh lesson that I had to learn as I was editing these next 3 parts.
But I mean, don't click away. You know, we need the watch time. Please,
Yeah,
we're begging you.
Just put us on mute in the background.
This is our livelihood.
I'm glad one of us is in a salesman mindset.
Speaking of salesmen.
Speaking of salesmen, that last I just wanted to show that last potion shop guy. That's what you use the Boko Baba seeds for. If you bring enough of them to him, you can get a green potion, which you can use to refill your magic meter. I don't tend to use it a lot because it's kind of out of the way. I find it more useful to just exchange green chew jelly with the Windfall Island potion brewer.
Yeah.
God, I'm glad I left in all this downtime of talking about Beetle because I forgot to talk about the potion shop guy.
Right. Well, like, the fact that you can exchange the chew jelly just kind of makes the other potion shop, like, obsolete. Because you can get 2 for 1, because you can get 2 different kinds of potions in one place.
Yeah. And then eventually, once we collect enough blue chew jelly, we'll get an all-in-one potion that gives you max hearts and fully refills your magic.
Ooh.
So every once in a while in this game, you'll notice that the post box is wiggling. That means that somebody has sent you mail. I think this is the first instance of that we've seen.
Means we just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Now let's
I wonder
read
who
it.
it's from. Oh wait, I thought that was going to be the part where it said who it's... Kamali's father.
Dude, that was some advanced technology on Blue's Clues. Like video on paper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He could jump into... Yeah, that video on paper that would make a recurring appearance in the intro of Sonic Heroes.
That's some Harry Potter level magic.
Kia
right
Sonic
there.
Heroes.
Sincerely, Eggman.
Wait, what is that guy doing up there?
I don't know, but
He's plotting.
I'm even more. Yeah, I'm baffled as to how he got up there. I guess we'll have to see if we can find a way up there ourselves.
Oh, is that where you're going?
Yeah, there's all these little
Wait,
my
forgot
God.
something.
Yeah. Leap before you look, kids. That is a mistake that Joe has made an unfortunate number of times in this playthrough. Some of which we have yet to see.
Oh boy.
See, that makes me excited.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
So, what I'm trying to do here is that little island over there has a secret area called the Nintendo Gallery over there, and we'll talk about that more when we get to it. But the only way to open the Nintendo Gallery, because there's a big, like, grate blocking the entrance, is by activating a switch that's, like, up on the Forest Haven, like, exterior that you can only hit with a projectile or a seagull. Unfortunately, I'm having an embarrassingly difficult time figuring out where you're supposed to go to attract a seagull with a Huey pair, because they'll only spawn in one area in Forest Haven, and I'll give you one guess as to where that is. And it's the last place I look.
I mean, that makes sense. Wait, do you gotta be lower?
You have to be on that island.
What?
Like, you have to go down there. like the game is nudging you in that direction, but like I was getting ahead of myself. Like I knew I had to activate the switch.
Yeah.
But I didn't think like the way a player would think. I was like, oh, it's showing me this island. I should go over there and see what that is.
You've
and
got
then
to
be
go
like, oh,
even
I
higher.
can. Yeah.
We can't get no higher, boss.
You have to
Some of
become
these
the seagull.
some of these exits to the Forest Haven, I'm not entirely sure what they're like, namely that lowest one. I'm not sure what you're meant to be able to access from that lowest exit. Because usually they'll communicate with like a camera angle what you're supposed to fly over to. You know, once
just
you've
like go over here.
Once you've pointed the wind in the correct direction.
And they give you a lot of magic power there.
Yeah.
You can
They're
cast
pretty much
any
throwing
spell.
you towards the island.
Don't waste it.
Oof.
Ooh, no wind. Oh no. Oh no.
You know,
Old,
Joe, you're the reason dowsing exists.
Ouch. That's an insult on so many levels.
It's not my fault, it's Breath of the Wild. You don't have to point the wind the right way in that game.
Round 2.
I'm so glad I kept all of this in. My god. This part did not need to be 27 minutes long.
But here we are.
It's okay. We got this. We got this. We're gonna...
Man.
Well, he sure is flying over to that treasure chest.
Man, I'm starting to feel bad for leaving in so much me getting lost in Metroid now.
It's nothing compared to this nonsense.
Wait a second, this isn't the vault.
It's
Ah.
a dusty old treasure map. Gross.
Maybe it'll help us find the rest of the story.
What plot?
I have no time for plot in my Zelda games.
I wonder if Beetle's down there driving around. Like, Link, I can help you. Don't drown.
Well, you used up your last favor, kid. So long.
So can you not just like sail up to the side of the island and use a Huey pair there?
I don't believe so. I think you have to be standing like on the plateau.
You're gonna drown.
Is he gonna drown before he makes it in this comedy of errors?
Hey, at least it's funny.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Okay.
Yes, the story is happy end.
What's in your fortune cookie?
Now, in a moment of idiocy here, I think to myself, oh, I guess you can't get that switch yet. I need to wait until I have the bow. Maybe they changed something.
Joe, you idiot.
You know.
You absolute fool.
Instead of flying over to that island, and I start to leave, and I only left this in because I feed the fish now. God, this is just turning into me like riffing on my old footage.
We're the audience now that watches the Let's Play and goes,
It's like,
you idiot! It's obvious how to do it. Just do the thing.
See, we're anticipating the comments section.
Yeah, don't worry, commenters. We're right there with you.
Yeah, it's like MST3K if they were the ones who made the movies.
That's kind of meta. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a satisfying kersploosh.
Now, I mentioned in an earlier part that I like the fish. Like, I like the aspect of you filling out the map instead of it just, like, filling out automatically. Because it just feels more tactile and immersive that way. And I like his hints and, like, flavor text.
Yeah. Here we go.
Remember earlier how I was talking about things that are fine when you're playing the game for yourself, but not so much fun to watch other people do? Unfortunately, the fish is one of them, and here I finally get the right idea and get to the Nintendo Gallery.
Nintendo Gallery, membership required to enter. See, under that tightly sealed vault is actually the collection of all of Nintendo's games from the eShop. They're
like
sealed
this
away
guy.
right now because we have to wait. Arbitrarily.
I like
Oh
this
my God.
purse this guy's got. That's kind of cool.
My new headcanon is that Nintendo just has it all like stored behind this giant like industrial crank thing.
Yeah.
Every full moon, Miyamoto sails all the way out here with his little car key.
In the King of Red Lions.
He cracks open the vault a little bit so one game can fly out and be released into the world.
It's got little Mario 3-esque wings.
But he only releases them on the Wii U.
Yeah, but ever since the Switch came out, Miyamoto's tiny little ship has been out of service for repairs.
I just noticed that there's a little Octorok from Zelda 1 on his shopping bag. It's adorable.
Oh wait, you're still the bird.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
I have no need for birds.
Mm-hmm. It's weird how prominent of a theme Link throwing his mind into other creatures is in this game.
Oh yeah, we haven't even seen the weirdest of it just yet, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Anyway,
I guess in Twilight Princess they had the Cuckoos. That was weird.
Oh yeah,
only
that's
the Cuckoos.
Yeah, that's like the weirdest thing of all.
Is this Reggie? Is this his new job?
His avatar.
This is where Reggie went. They threw him in the vault with all the games. You don't just quit Nintendo.
You gotta know we got like a hella...
Well, that's all the time I've got. I've got to get back to making figurines.
I've got to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS. Forever.
So, the gimmick with this guy, and this is a rather extensive side quest to put it lightly, is that you can bring him pictographs of every character and enemy in the game, and he will make a figurine of them with a little bit of flavor text to go along with it. Think of it like the trophies in Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
But he has pretty particular standards for what kind of a photo he'll accept for making a figurine. And thankfully in the HD version, it tells you right on the photo before you go to him whether or not it's acceptable. But you gotta have the deluxe Pictobox in order to do it. And full disclosure, I have never completed this side quest. Even I'm not that insane.
I kind of doubt like at least 95% of the people, at least 99% of the people who played the game have completed this.
Well, it's too bad I didn't take the time to for the HD version when Miiverse was a thing, because a great feature that they added for the purpose of this side quest is the exchanging of pictographs. So, like, if you missed a character, and yes, there are some characters where if you don't have the Pictobox at the right time and you don't take a photo right then, you can never get them. But if you happen to find yourself in that situation and you had Miiverse available, you could just ask for that photo and, you know, somebody might give it to you and you could get the figurine from the photo that they sent you.
Yeah, Miiverse.
So that was a nice little failsafe.
What's Miiverse?
I
don't know, must have been a figment of my imagination.
These little murals on the walls to create the illusion of a location.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I kind of got hit by a wave of nostalgia when I went to record this, because I have not been in these rooms since I was like a child.
Oh.
Yeah, I've played this game, I've replayed this game like dozens of times, but I kind of wrote this off pretty early. Like, I tried to do it on my initial playthrough as a kid before I realized, oh yeah, I can't get a photo of the Rito postman because he never shows up after like that initial sequence where you talk to him.
Oh.
Or like Tetra and the pirates, like you can't get photos of.
Oh.
Because they don't have like spots in the overworld where they appear after certain events.
Is there a New Game Plus mode that you can go back and get them?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Once you beat the game, you can replay the main story in your starting outfit, the blue pajamas, which is pretty cool. And there are a few other changes, like the all of the characters that speak in Hylian have their texts translated, and I believe any character that ever makes a reference to Link's clothing will be like corrected to talk about his pajamas instead of the green tunic.
That's great.
Yeah, because I know Medley calls attention to it.
The blue suit, that's in the original as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All of this was in the original Wind Waker. Oh, of course. But the best thing about... or functionally the best thing about the second quest is that you start out with the deluxe picto box in your inventory.
Nice.
So you can use it immediately to start snapping photos of those hard to get characters.
How many pictographs can you carry?
3.
Well, in this version, you can carry up to 12.
Oh.
Okay.
Which significantly...
That's a lot more convenient.
Yeah, makes this Nintendo Gallery side quest much, much easier. In the original version, as Dan said, yeah, there were only 3 slots, and you couldn't tell until you went to talk to the guy if the pictograph was acceptable. So, yeah, if you snapped a picture of Quill at the beginning and it wasn't up to par, you weren't going to find out about that until it was probably much too late.
I'm pretty sure the only standards he has are that it has to be in color, it's got to show the full body, and it can't be just like way too small and like decently centered.
I believe they also have to be facing towards the camera.
Man, that sounds like the weird standards you gotta use to get the hidden Mickeys in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, geez.
Like, there's a photo function because it's 2019 and Sora has a cell phone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that reminds me. I need to show off the selfie function of the Pictobox in this game. Something they added for the HD version. Like, they always had the Pictobox, but in the HD version, you can use it to take selfies, which, again, feeds into the whole, like, social aspect of Miiverse. Anyway, that's long gone, unfortunately. This is the private oasis, and if you hadn't pieced it together, this island is owned, the cabana on this island is owned by the teacher that we helped out on Windfall Island. And later in the game, we're going to need the deed to this cabana from her, because there is a piece of the Triforce inside that house.
Oh my gosh.
Who says teachers don't get a good salary?
Yeah.
I mean, in Hyrule, she seems to be the only one.
Good benefits, at least.
I wonder if that makes her like a smart... Oh, go ahead.
They don't give her pay. They just gave her cabana as like a benefit of the job. She's like, all right.
Here's a cabana up front.
But she's always working,
never
so
actually
she
get
can
to
never
visit
use
it.
it.
Yeah.
It's free real estate.
Mm-hmm. She'll just like loan it out to Link. I guess she does in exchange for 20 joy pendants.
Wait, it's raining. He wants you to water it, but it's raining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Korok that we just pretty much ignored is part of another side quest where you have to go back to the Forest Haven, get a bottle full of the water from inside the Deku Tree. Or sorry, inside the Forest Haven where the Deku Tree is. And deliver it to all of the withered Korok trees around the Great Sea before it loses its magical properties.
Okay.
Which, with the addition of the Swift Sail, is laughably easy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't remember it being difficult in the original version, but, like, here with the Swift Sail, it is just basically trivial.
I just remember it being annoying more than anything else. Because you have to keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, a lot of... Oh, yeah, and if you warp, it voids the water, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's that dynamic weather you were talking about.
Uh-huh. Yeah. If there's one thing that pulls me into a game more than anything else, it's, like, a good... I guess this is kind of different, but a good day and night cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's one thing to have, like delineated day and night, but it's so much cooler when you actually get to see, like, the full transition and, like, all of these different color palettes that the world can be displayed in. It's just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this fake sunset.
That was one of the things, I'm going to get a little bit off track here, but in Pokemon, they introduced a dynamic day and night cycle in Generation 2. Mm-hmm. They dropped it in Generation 3 and brought it back in Generation 4 with, like, all of these different... You know what? I'll get back to this because we have something very important and very scary about to happen here.
Oh, Lord.
At least it was for me as a kid.
Oh, this!
Ah!
The giant squid.
Welcome
Or
to
the
Dead
big
Man's
octo, to use the proper Zelda terminology. This is a timed boss where you have to destroy all of its eyeball weak points before you're sucked into the middle of this whirlpool. Otherwise, it will inhale you and fire you to, I think, a random point on the
hell.
map. Yeah.
Quick,
I suppose
yank
it could
off
just-
his tentacles.
It could just eat. Oh god, it's Gooper Blooper.
How many eyes does he have?
Far too many.
Wait a second, squid doesn't have that many eyes.
Yeah.
Something's fishy here.
He's
What is this, a cartoon?
he's obviously an octopus, not a squid.
Oh right, I forgot they
That's how you can tell, right? The number of eyes.
updated this so the eyes turn glowy blue instead of dark red.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. It
This
was
is
too
scary.
unsettling for the kids.
Wait, what? I thought that was all of them.
I mean, if I'm being honest, it did kind of skeeve me out as a kid.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like, ew, where does
This
eyes
is much
go?
more palatable.
Oh, they're there, but they're red.
That
And
is
for our
scary.
trouble,
You know, when I get punched in the eyeball, my eye just starts glowing bright blue.
the only tool we have to deal with the big octos right now is the boomerang, but once we get bombs, we'll be able to take each eye out with a single strike, which is nice. But also depletes your bombs, so...
What's in the box?
I don't know, when I was a kid, I always favored the boomerang just because, those are
You have
waste
to
resources.
actually aim the bombs.
So yeah, that's
Speaking of wasting
that's
resources,
an orange rupee. If you've got the wallet space for it.
All that for
I think I had to
wasting
take a
money.
moment just to be like,
if there's one
Thankfully,
thing that Zelda games struggle with, it's giving you enough things to spend your rupees on compared to how many rupees you get, which is something that Breath of the Wild more than did right.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Like, man, I forgot what it feels like to actually feel like rupees are valuable in a Zelda game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their economy works really well in that one.
And, like, I
These
figured out
enemies-
some ways that I could potentially cheese it to get more rupees, but, like, I didn't want to lose that feeling.
These enemies are the bane of my existence.
Ooh.
They're like pea hats, but they're also blowfish.
Yeah, they're called sea hats.
Oh, God.
And in the original version, they had this wonderful mechanic where every time you sustain any kind of damage while in the boat, you get knocked out of the boat and have to manually swim back to it and climb back in.
That's great.
Also, I know we're jumping ahead, like talking about the bombs and everything, but in the original game, the naval combat was much, much clunkier than they would make it in this one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You can use the motion control in this one, can't you?
Well, not for aiming bombs. That's still all like stick based, but they significantly upped the cruising speed of the boat, and they also made they also gave you a little aiming reticle for the cannon once we eventually get that.
Okay.
And we'll actually need that to uncover the secret of this particular platform a couple parts from now. But for now, we're just going to see what we can get up there for our trouble without the cannon.
So on the topic of the stuff knocking you out of your boat, something funny in the randomizer, I said that there was they put the swift sail in that one, and it's even faster than it is here. But you still get knocked out of your boat whenever you take damage. So there can be situations where you just get knocked out of your boat using the swift sail, and it's just like, all right, bye, boat, see you later.
It's impossible to catch up to it. Oh, yikes!
I don't think it's
Yeah.
ever impossible to get there, but like you might be reaching the end of your breath by the time you get there. It just becomes a dot on the horizon.
King of Red Lion says, "Sorry, Link. You gotta hoof it this time."
I have to go now. Hyrule needs me.
Especially if you do it during the boat race. The obstacle course or whatever. And if you're using the swift sail and you get hit by a barrel bomb, the boat can just get sent way out of the racetrack, and you gotta swim all the way over there. And just immediately when you get in, the boat will be like, oh, we can't be out here, gotta go back.
Mm-hmm. So there's not much to do on that island before we get the ability to lift giant objects. So I kind of just, marked it down for later and went on my merry way. I'd say that's something that happened. That's one of the things. Like, I really love the open structure of this game and like the giant great sea that you can freely explore. But the problem is that a lot of the content is gated behind items that you don't get until late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, if you choose to explore early, you'll end up getting to a lot of islands without the proper equipment to like get the treasure from them.
Yeah.
And so you'll end up going away empty-handed, which is kind of lame, but I don't know. I would say overall the Great Sea is a net positive just for like the sense of adventure and like cohesiveness. Because like when I first played this, there really was nothing like just sailing out into this giant ocean and not knowing what you might find.
Yeah. You've gone to this fish a few times, and this brought up a question. That like a lore question. I thought about this at work today because I was watching I watch our old vids.
And we thank you.
How does the fish know what's on top of the island? Because he can only see like the edges of the islands.
I don't know. Maybe he's got a telescope.
So you know how a Magikarp can jump over like a skyscraper? It's kind of like that.
That fish is not a Magikarp, Dan.
That's true.
Clearly. I don't know, maybe he's like a shiny Magikarp. Thankfully, though, we're getting very close to our destination, so getting the next pearl should be a matter of relative ease, I would think. Although those dark, ominous clouds don't bode too well.
Ooh.
Oh, I remember this island.
Is this Death Mountain?
It's Death Island.
Ooh.
Top volcano.
What has happened to this place? I guess we'll have to wait till next time to find out. So join us on Wednesday for more Wind Waker HD.
Cliffhangers! And you thought this episode would be boring. Ha!
Not so, my friend.
Bye.
Peace.